Welcome everybody. Sorry, I've been I'm scrambling to get everything set up since I've decided at the last possible moment to do this live stream. I tend to do that. I tend to do last second live streams. I don't know why. Oh wait, it's because I've been so busy. All right, so let's get this on the party on the road, or actually on the sky, to be more exact. Information. We are using Navigraph today. Haven't for a while, but I think we can. I think we'll do well using this. All right. Alright, let's go jump into the aircraft. At 737-900ER. Let's go ahead and kick on ground power. Kick on the battery. It's been a minute since I've flown one of the 737, so I'm hoping I'll remember. I tend to usually remember. Alright, so battery is on, ground power is on. We flipped the couple fuel cells on. That's right, we need to align our IRS. Go ahead and kick off the emergency. Alright, go ahead, let's go ahead and kick on APU. Right now in between a Southwest airline and a Delta. Alright. APU is starting to spool up. Okie dokie. There we go. We got data. Reference airport. We are at actually, yeah, that was wrong. I'm going to put in Kilo Bravo Oscar Sierra. That's the airport we're at. Alright, our origin, we are again we already have put in, so we're going to just get that. Destination is Kilo Mike Charlie Oscar. Our flight plan, right here it is. We're going to select it. Our takeoff flight today, we are taking off from 22 right. Oh, that's good. Meant to put it right there. Let's see, is there anything else? Load data. Loading data. Alright, activate. Knowledge. Good to go. We're going to do the request right there. It should fill in everything for us. Load. There we are. Knowledge. We're good to go. takeoff. We're doing 15. We're looking good. We're departing 22 right. All right. 145. V1 is 143. 143 knots. I think that end of it, we're good. Cruising altitude is going to be 34,000 feet, it looks like. All right. I think we are generally, we're pretty good we're sitting pretty good right now. Let's go ahead and turn on the hydraulics. Right now we'll turn all that stuff on. Alright, we don't need ground power anymore. So we're going to come back here. Ground services, release the ground power, the generator. Wall damper is on. Go ahead and kick on all the fuel cells now. Turn on the probes. Really, I don't need it, but it's just muscle memory for me. All right. Cool. Let's go ahead and request that we disconnect we are disconnecting. While that happens, we can go ahead and put in a request for pushback. So we are trying to see our orientation. I thought this is supposed to connect to yeah, I thought I was supposed to connect to it, and so I'm supposed to see the plane around. Right.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Okay, there we go. I was just like, where is it at?
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Oh, I almost forgot to do that as well. Parking brake is on.
Locking gear.
That's the parking brake. Okay. I don't remember the buttons. Please set parking brake immediately. It is engaged. Let's see. Nose right.
Release parking brake. Release parking brake.
I did.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Roger, roger. Engine 1 spooling. Oh, there we go. Dang, I told the wrong one. Hey. Yep, I told the wrong one. It's actually alright. We'll be fine. Oops, I told the wrong one. Oh, I did. Engine 1's alright.
Set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Okay. Why aren't you working correctly? Something's not right. It didn't auto flip back, so I'm kind of curious if there's something wrong. Oh. Alright, so altitude, we need to set that to 34,000. We'll let them know that we're good to go.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
What is the altitude and what is the altitude down there?
Unlocking gear.
96 feet.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Alright, I think we're good. Panel is nice and clear. We're gonna already put the flaps at 15. Alright. We are there. Let's go ahead and taxi. Brakes are on. Let's disengage brakes. Brakes are disengaged. She's already given us the wave. So we're gonna head into our taxi. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while, that's for damn sure. We're gonna go and taxi out. This should be the right runway. Since I am using Navigraph, it's a little bit different. More of a challenge for me to use this. But it has all the information I need, so I don't have to go scouring through the internet. I love my new joystick though. I need to start flying more again so I can get some use out of this thing. All right. Got Southwest Airline about to take off. It hasn't been horrible. I'm still trying to regather my financial situation. I do have a new job. It's an okay job, but I have been looking for other positions, which I'm waiting on here about a new job possibly, hopefully sometime this week. All right, coming up 22 right. This is the right runway. And I greatly appreciate that. Alright, let's get down the runway here and then we can get in the sky. Not sure how long the flight is offhand. I didn't check that, unfortunately. Come on. No more juice. Alright. Let's just double check everything. Everything is looking good. Flaps are engaged. I think we're good. Let's do the full send here. Wow, there's a plane that crosses my way. Ooh, that was kind of almost sketchy.
Positive rate of climb.
Here's going up. Do that. There we go. We're in the air. That was probably the smoothest transition to autopilot I've ever had. And I'm not really sure why I want to reload Navigraph. I know, right? I can never. These things are so cool to fly. I've gotten a lot better with them too. I've gotten a lot better. So I am expecting a good ILS landing. I say I'm expecting a good ILS landing, but then watch it not happen. But I'm gonna have to reload Navigraph, so stand by, because I think it's not syncing up with. It's running. There we are. Now it's retrieving data. That was kind of odd. Should be retrieving data now. Yep. Okay, we're good. Alright, so we have ILS, it's all hooked up. Not ILS, I mean the Navigraph system's all overall good. That's kind of interesting. It's not following the plan that's on Navigraph. But, you know what? It is what it is. Okay. Alright, we're going to increase this. We're just going to put it all the way up. Moon's looking pretty good out there right now. So this flight is going to be following the entire East Coast. We're going to be riding that coastline all the way down to Florida. Excuse me. Wow. It's that time of year. Allergies and all sorts of goodies. Alright, so I need to figure out. Alright, next part is to FMC arrival. Oops. Arrival. We are going on 35 left. Alright, I need to get down here and see where its transition is. Alright. See, I'm not seeing anything about that. About this transition. Now, see the approach icons, the approach line. The cue ball doesn't transition into the right one. Shrek. This is where things get really weird. I'm looking at Navigraph, trying to get to the right, so I can transition from the flight to the approach. It's just not liking it. Because there's ILS runway 13 left, NOGGI, then it goes into FOBOC, and then final. I don't see any of these names on Navigraph where I'm looking. But I could be also looking at the completely wrong thing. For all I know. Let's look at this. There's Spur. That's not on here as well. Oh, I'm using the traffic. Yeah, I'm using the traffic on the FSLTL. Yeah, I'm using that. Sorry. Multitasking, trying to figure out this stupid thing. Does that look familiar? No. Wait, there it is. That's what I was looking for right there. Alright, let's verify that it is what I'm thinking it's doing. Let's see. Up here, the flight plan. Route. There it is. Next step, there it is. There. Wait a second. Oh. No? I think I just completely screwed this whole thing up. Alright, let's try it again. Approach. Yes. Ah. Let's go through this one more time. No, it totally is jacked up now. Ah, freaking dang it. Let's see here. I'm trying to go back to, oops. Come on. So this is where I'm supposed to be at. That's not good. Alright, we're going to try a little bit something different. Okay. Let's see what that is that any different? I'm just picking a random one. Hopefully it works. Alright. Alright. Alright, there's my, okay, that will work. Cool. Let's go ahead and erase. Alright, now I'm really messing things up. We're totally destroying everything here. Alright, so we're going to do this. That. Alright, Unity we can delete. Alright, I think I fixed it. Generally. No destination path after... Okay. Yeah, there is. There's are. I don't know why it's saying there's no destination past it. I think I fixed it generally. Because there's mining, which isn't connected, but it's there. All right, so we have Leopard, Miney, Najee. There, I fixed it. It took me a freaking forever to fix it, but I fixed it. No destination path after Najee. I don't understand that because there is a destination. It's right there. It's 3-5 left. All right, we're gonna go through this again. So we just took off. That was our alternate. There we are, right here. We're right here. Next is that waypoint. Next one. Next. Yep, right there. And then the turn, decel, and that's the descent, decel, and then turn to the land. Oh, that's a very, very good question. Where's Volanta when I need it? Because that tells me Navigraph. I'm still learning. So let me grab the flight plan, dump it into. Two hours, 11 minutes. That's what's remaining. So 2 hours and 11 minutes is remaining. All right, we are good to go. That's actually, so we've set this landing up to be perfect at this point. So it looks perfect. We set it up to be perfect with, it's not that bad. But we've set the flight plan up long, like to the point. So, according to Navigraph, it is the way you're supposed to enter in on the flight, the landing pattern is right at Najee, and so I have gotten it right to that point or Najee. So we have to enter in at 5,000 feet, go down to 4,000, 3,000, 1,600, and there we are. Let me see if I can set this up so I can show it. Where are you, browser? Image, no, image. Is it? There it is, yep. So that is the data we're running on. And that this Najee is exactly where we need to be when we do the turn. And then we just fly straight in. Yep, and then you have your 5,000, 4,000, 3,000, 1,600 feet. Drop in altitude. Hopefully, I mean, the flight plan should know how to do that. I can always go over here and verify. Yep, right there. Spur, we're supposed to be, I believe it says spur, we're supposed to be at 1,600 feet. Yep, spur, 1,600 feet. And it says right there, 1,600, 146. Yep, we're good. We are butter. Now, I'm trying to figure out how to use this piece of software still. Oh, stop. Stop! There we go. Oh wow, we've already flown a good chunk of this while I was trying to figure out how to do the approach and everything. So we're actually about to go start going over the Atlantic. We're actually just on the edge of New York City. We're gonna go ahead and pull this back up. There it is. Manhattan, Long Island, New York. My God, I can talk. That So we're gonna already set ILS on the down here. .5, it looks like is the frequency, the lock frequency, and I'm pretty sure that is ILS. 110. .5. Hey, we're already there. Forgot to set that. There it is. Yep. 110.5. That is exactly what we want. I know we're a long ways out, so it's not going to actually hear it yet. Or we can take that off the plan, go back to that. We are good. We're sitting pretty now. Turn on the radar for weather. I don't think there's any weather in the area. Let me verify weather. I don't think there's any weather going to be happening. Yep, no weather on the entire flight. Most of the weather is up in the Canadian area, up in Canada. That's the only thing I'm seeing weather-wise in the entire United States, actually. To verify. Yeah, the U.S. is pretty inactive when it comes to weather right now. I hope everyone is having a very productive, safe, fun Sunday. That's another thing I gotta look at now. Forgot about that. I gotta look at the runways, the approach course for approach course is 5 degrees, or yeah, 5 degrees, so right there it is. We're already at 5 degrees. Simple as that. Yeah, you're right about that. So yeah, the flight plan that SimBrief gives me that translates in the flight sim usually is never right, which is kind of weird. Let me just re-verify things. Yeah, because the flights on Navigraph, it shows it going to the right, like over the Atlantic, the east coast of Florida, and then left into the airport. But the way that this chart showed me, I'm coming on the west side of the airport and then taking that right-hander into the airport. I don't know. I'm just happy that I am stumbling through this and having some reasonable kind of success. Trying to remember how you turn this on. I know that that in real life is supposed to be on. I just don't remember where it's at. It's not super important, but it's alright. Near the radio. That's what I thought it was, but I just wasn't seeing it. Oh where do we do. I'll eventually find it. It's probably staring at me right in the face, too. Basically saying, I'm right here! Hmm. Two, 3, 6. Oh, that thing? Oh. I'm assuming it's supposed to be on TA only? Well, at least the light went away. A little more immersion, more immersion. Well, at least we're doing pretty good right now. Ah, gotcha. And I want to be able to possibly see planes because that would be kind of cool. So where are we at? Oh, there is some rain in Florida we're going to be running into. I didn't even see that. We're starting to get some showers down there. Some a little bit of turbulence is showing. Well, that is good to know. I mean, even though there's no collisions in the freaking Microsoft Flight Simulator. But, I mean, it makes sense. Completely makes sense. We are over the Atlantic, portions of the Atlantic, riding along the east coast of the United States, heading down to Orlando, Florida. Yeah, I know. I don't use VATSIM. I like to create my own environment. There's no one flying in the skies with me. I'm just kidding. It's my sky. Oh, well, okay. Interesting. Let's see, where are we at? Hour and 58 minutes. We're just off the coast of New Jersey. Let's go outside. There we are. There's New Jersey. I know I've been kind of I know I've been kind of AWOL when it comes to flight sim. And I'm planning, since I got this subscription for Navigraph, that's going to hopefully force me into doing this more often. I really do want to do this. It's just time, and after work I really don't want to do anything, but I'm actually considering now after work in the evenings during flights. I really do enjoy doing this. It's relaxing. It's also great to interact with the community and actually have fun with everyone, especially the ones that want to actually join in on the flight. A few of the turbulence always. How's that? Is that better? I sometimes I forget that you guys aren't because on my end I have the audio turned all down quite a bit. I don't do this enough. Again, I need to start getting back into it so I can actually do better. But hopefully I'm going to start doing this more often again, since I have now Navigraph, and that's going to force me into doing this since I just got that subscription. But right now I'm checking out the turbulence in the atmosphere. Looks like most of the flight is going to be pretty turbulent free. It's going to get a little bit rocky towards when we get into Florida. There's some turbulent air down there. Let's see if it's going to continue. Yeah, looks like it's going to be a little turbulent in Florida. We'll see what happens. We may actually come across some turbulence here very soon. Yeah, but it's unfortunately that Microsoft Flight Sim really doesn't replicate turbulence, like almost at all. But according to Navigraph, there is some turbulent air out there. Oh wait, maybe I will be running into some turbulence here in the next few minutes. It looks like Virginia and North Carolina coastline's got a little bit of unsettled air. Ah, that's why it's unsettled. The jet stream. The jet stream is dipping down. We're going to be flying right through it. Well, let me see if I have it set to realistic. I should. I don't think that has to do with that. I don't know where it would be exactly. Okay, it is set to realistic. I see it right there. It is set to realistic. I just saw that. Oh yeah, we'll be flying. The jet stream is strong in this area we're about to fly in. It's really dipped down there. It's down there. It's south. Ooh. Thing went nuts on me. Yeah, it looks like Virginia, Maryland border. Or at least Delaware, I meant. Virginia, Delaware area. Does it really? Hmm. Let's see, torque. Well, if I go to legacy, let's see what that does. All right, I think we're going to stick with legacy. I'm gonna probably die more often. Not seeing anything there. Well, we're going to leave this. We're going to leave legacy on. Just to see what all happens. I didn't realize I actually didn't even have it set to legacy. I have over 500 hours in this flight sim. Let's see what this gets me with legacy. That's so many times. See how many times I die. This is going to get interesting. Well, I mean, if it's set to realistic, it's set to realistic now. So I guess we'll see what happens. I wonder. Oh, there it is. When you said assist, that got me thinking. Well, this is gonna get interesting. For future future flight sim, we may be changing things. Since it looks like I've been pretty much babying this thing. So we set the turbulence to realistic. So this should get interesting. Yeah, it was on low. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What was that? I heard that. I don't know if you heard it too, but I heard it. There he is right there. Right there he is. Even had, okay, I like having the radar thing on now. It actually told me traffic right here, and then I saw him just passing by. That, okay. I swear to God, every time I get in this sim, I learn something new every fracking time. This is going to be more of a comical channel on Flight Sim at this point. Where are we right now? We are off the coast. We're on. Okay, still off the coast. We're off the coast of Delaware. It looks like, or we're still off the coast of New Jersey, but we're coming up to the coastline of Delaware. I believe he did. It just didn't trail back as far. We do have a headwind, an 80 knot headwind, so we got a pretty stiff wind. I believe once we get through this jet stream, we may have a bit of a tailwind. I'm kind of wondering now if I have a fighter jet flying in front of me, on if it will create turbulence now. It'd be kind of cool if they did. So right now, turbulence, we don't have any much turbulence ahead of us. But the way things are, there are some changes coming. A weak turbulence would be freaking awesome. I mean, not awesome for the pilot, but it just adds that level of realism. Man, there's some turbulence down in Florida. Hopefully that turbulence clears out by the time we get there. Hour and 48 minutes. I gotta get past it. I gotta get on the south end. I want to get on the south end of the jet stream. Yeah, center tank's empty. I mean, wouldn't it be something that, oh, look, I'm running out of fuel? That would suck. That turbulence needs to go away. We're at cruising altitude, and I didn't even do this. I hope so. I want to be bumped around and knocked out of the sky. Not really. I don't want to be knocked out of the sky. I don't think it'd be fun to be knocked out of the sky. Be like, wee, and done. Excuse me. Really? Well, I can't wait to feel that. I say that now. We're about to go through the jet stream, so we may possibly hit some turbulence. Speaking of live weather, let me make sure it's actually live. Sometimes it likes to turn itself off. Cool, it is. Live time, too. little bit of a change in course. Yeah, it's kind of late for you. Got traffic. There it is. To our 12 o'clock. Heading right at us, too. Right there he is. He just freaking buzzed right on by. He was quick. There's a couple other contrails ahead of us. But that's really cool. That thing I need to start using more often now. Oh, that's kind of cool. I really didn't think about all that. Well, I tell you what. When I flew from Atlanta, Georgia to Incheon, South Korea, I want to say I flew into the future. Or was it the past? I don't remember how it went. But I know that the difference was like, cool. I left Atlanta on a Saturday, and I get to Incheon. It's like, wow. It's now Sunday. I forget how it went. God dang it. It was really weird. Because I'm a 13-hour flight, and I get to Incheon. It's like, I think it was, oh, what was it? It was like middle of the morning on a Saturday, 13-hour flight. Yeah, it was over the westward over Alaska, over the kind of like over the polar ice cap. So it was the past. It was almost like the flight only took like a few hours. I think that's what it was. God, yeah, it was weird. It's hard to explain because it's been so long. It's been well over a decade. It's been almost, I want to say, 15 years since I was in South Korea. Oh yeah, that headwind, it's getting stronger. 95 knot headwind. We're going into the jet stream now. Pardon me. Holy crap. I don't know what just came over me. Checking all the levers. Oh, I didn't turn that off. Checking all my switches. But right now it's looking pretty good. We're not doing half bad. Another change in direction. Oh, I can't wait to the 777. Even though I've talked to a real pilot, a real 737 pilot, and he says that the cockpit of the 777 is almost identical to the 737s. I've actually sat, what was that, about a month ago? Yeah, almost a month. Yeah, just over a month ago. I got to sit inside in the cockpit of a 737. It was a 737-900 Max. That was really cool. And like looking at this, it's like, cool. It looks roomy. It looks kind of like it's got a lot of room. Oh hell no, they don't have room. Those things are packed in there. You're like a freaking sardine. Yeah, I really enjoyed talking with the pilots. I got to sit in the cockpit. My parents were back behind me just looking around inside it, and I started just going through, not actually flipping switches, but I was just flipping, not flip, like looking, pointing, and then all of a sudden the pilot was just like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm going through my head on how to start this thing up." And the pilot's like, "Wait, you know how to start a 737?" And I'm like, "Yeah, kinda." And they were just like, "How do you know this?" And I told Flight Simulator, and they're like, "You've got to be joking me. Flight Simulator taught you all this?" I'm like, pretty much, yeah, in some aspects. And then I asked them too. It's like, well, what's the best, I guess, feet per minute landing you've had? And the guy was like, "Oh, the best my best one was 750 negative 750 feet per minute." And I'm thinking, that's good. I thought that was bad. Because I told him, like, well, I've been always getting, like, I know I'd say made fun of, but I've always been poked at because I have a high flight feet per minute landing. And he's like, higher is better. He's like, lower numbers, you're not even moving when you're landing then. Because I know that there was a couple landings where I was at like 80, 90. And he's like, you're not falling. You're like literally just gliding then. So I learned from from a pilot thing: the higher the number, the better. Okay, technically it's still lower because it's in the negatives, but still. I'll believe a real pilot over sim pilots. Right now, flying right up against Virginia, or actually, not still. What is that? Is that Maryland? Yeah, I believe that we're flying along Maryland right now. Yeah. So, yeah, because I had a couple of people in my flights in a stream a while back. They were putting bets on me on my flight. My feet per minute were going to be like 800, 900, which I've been told by the pilot, even negative 700 is, or negative 800, negative 900, but negative 700 is actually good. Yep. And I suck at the flare. Just to the west of us, there is some turbulence, but it's going to stay clear of us right now. And it's not bad turbulence. It's actually kind of tame. We're at 30 some thousand feet, so let's go 34,000. Okay. Well, we're at 34,000 feet altitude. There is no turbulence. Oh, but there is a ton of turbulence at 34,000 feet in Florida. Holy crap. Here, just to give you an idea. This is the chart for turbulence on Navigraph. So we are up here. This is all the turbulence at 34,000 feet. Curious at what it is lower to the ground. Lower to the ground, it's not as bad, not non-existent. And there it is. So that's what we have to deal with. But we do have we do have 101 knot headwind. That is going to slow us down substantially. Hour and 33-minute flight times left. Yeah, that's going to slow us down a lot. Because that headwind keeps going up. That's a pretty significant headwind. And just to do a shameless plug, I do have my membership side of this channel. I have emojis that are available under the membership section. So, and it's only like, I think $4.99 a month. And I am looking at figuring out on what else we can do with the membership side. Maybe some special videos I can put out there. I'm still thinking of new things to do. I've started doing Forza as new content. Forza Motorsports, the new racing game. It's more of a simcade than a simulator, but I am looking at doing more of those. I'm looking at also doing some BeamNG Drive. I'm gonna start doing stuff with that. We started doing some stuff with Armored Core, but that kind of fell through the cracks. There was really no traction on that, so I kind of stopped that. But unless people really like it, I can start it back up again. But yeah, there is the membership side. I already have some people that are members, which is awesome, and I appreciate those people. Hey, I mean, it wasn't directed at you, honestly. It was just a shameless plug because this is going to be a VOD. So whoever out there is going to be watching this later, an hour into the flight, almost 2 hours into the flight. Just a shameless plug. Gotta self-promote somehow. I mean, this channel has been just doing really great. I mean, I'm already touching about to hit 1,600 subscribers. Thank you to all of the 1,600 subscribers that have subscribed. You mean a lot to me. And so, yeah, we're doing pretty good. Far better than I expected, in all honesty. I love BeamNG. I have a few things I want to do with there. I may actually include some friends in doing so, because I downloaded a add-on to BeamNG. It calls it BeamMG or BeamMP for multiplayer. So you can do multiplayer stuff on there. So I'm looking at pulling in some friends of mine that will add to the content. It could be interesting. We'll find out, though. Like maybe a little bit of cops and robbers type scenarios. Do some chases. Use actual police tactics. I can't talk because I have a hiccup. Apologies. Yeah, like doing actual real police tactics on doing pit maneuvers and stuff like that. So yeah. Doing some wrecks, some compilation, can't talk, on vehicles crashing and stuff like that. Really, there was an old BeamNG that was called something else? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, they just had a major update on BeamNG right now. That it's just every time they do one of these big updates, it gets better. I'm gonna do a video. Hopefully, I'm gonna do the recording today if I have time. On the new career mode. They have a career mode now in BeamNG. It's kind of like a new RPG, not RPG, a role playing. Yeah, I guess you can call it RP. It's RP. That's what it is. It's not RPG. It's an RP kind of mode. Well, I'll go through that. I want to do the. I'll have to do some testing on it. But yeah, I have a ton of mods in our BeamNG. It's an awesome game. Some people have actually turned it into a full-fledged racing simulator, since it has a soft body design or soft body damage, which actually makes it look really good when it comes to wrecks. Like, there are no games out there that actually replicate wrecks with real physics. Yeah, I've seen some videos on it. It's interesting. Definitely very interesting. So I'm going to go do a video on that. I'm even intrigued in seeing how firsthand on how it works. But first, let's get to this flight, which we're still sitting at about an hour and 27 minutes, and the headwind keeps getting stronger. We're now at 103 knots. That is slowing us down. I mean, I forget what version they're on. Let me check real fast. What version are they on right now, BeamNG? They are on version 0.3. So yeah, 0.3 is the version. So it just tells you there's a long ways to go before that thing turns into a full version. I'm just totally playing around with things right now. I don't think no, it's in beta. It's in early access. I mean, it's in early access, and you can do a lot with that thing. I see so many YouTubers out there that run do BeamNG videos that have like 4, 5, 600,000 subscribers. I don't think it's just because of that one game, though. If it is, well, I missed my calling. We're sitting at 34,002 feet. Yeah, I have a couple shorts up there on my YouTube channel with BeamNG. One of them, actually, I think they're both dragster, like drag racing cars. One is an actual dragster going like 3-4 plus 100 miles an hour, and then the other one is a I turned a sedan, just a regular old everyday sedan, into a monster like dragster. I took out, it's probably, I want to say the engine that was originally in that car was probably a 4-cylinder, maybe a 6, and I put in there a 500 cubic inch V8 supercharged drag engine. And I put on some massive fat boy tires in the back. Sucker wants to do wheelies for days. But we're doing pretty good. We're actually right now over Virginia. I think that's Virginia. No, that is no longer Virginia. That is North Carolina. We're over North Carolina. Next stop is going to be going through South Carolina. Oh, thank God I have a mute button here. Had to quickly move over to my mixer to hit the deafen button because I just had a massive sneeze. Oh, that hurt. I feel like my soul was coming out of my nose or mouth, whatever. I was sneezing out my soul. Hello, North Carolina. And there's the coastline. We see in the sky there some contrails out there over the coast. Well, this is going to be hard to do. Very hard to do this landing, or since we're using now legacy mode. I've never done legacy mode, so this is going to be different. This is going to be rough. All right, so this is another imaging. Oh. All right, sounds good. Enjoy. That's a decent flight we have going on today. Not sure what ISA temperature is. I don't think we're going to get a headwind. I mean, a headwind. We're not going to have a tailwind at all. It's going to be mainly a headwind and then a crosswind. Oh, that landing is going to be sketchy. There's a crosswind when landing. Actually, let me put it down to 2,000 feet. Oh, no, there's no crosswind at 2,000 feet. I think we're fine. I think we'll be fine on that front. I don't know what reflectivity has to do with anything. No worry about icing. Let's see. Turbulence. Not horrible. Oh, at least where we're at. Oh boy. All right. Checking out my Navigraph again. It's nice having a tablet now, so I can use Navigraph on my tablet if necessary. Since my tablet is tethered to this flight, I can do some changes. Alright, so radar is showing rain down in the Florida area. Let's see, let's change it to this. Alright, so cool. Yeah, it's kind of cool having the tablet so I can do my stuff on there as well, so I don't have to mess with my computer as much. Oh, welcome back. Oh, not much. Just the same old, same old. We're over North Carolina. Getting a little bit closer to South Carolina. I also wanted to bring this up. Here, check this out. So this is the regular radar. But I'm going to go to the jet stream. 34,000 feet. That is what the jet stream looks like right now at my level. This is at 34,000 feet, and that's where I'm at. This is the jet stream. Now, I don't know. I know that the higher the numbers, the worse it is. I just don't know. Okay, these are the knots. Okay, cool. So we are at approximately middle of, I want to say that's about 115 plus knot winds. Let me see what we're at. We're at 105 knots is our headwind. It's starting to turn more into a crosswind, but this is actually almost spot on. Like nearly spot on. So this is pretty gnarly. And it goes all the way down to where our destination is. And we even got ourselves, what was it? Where is it? Where is it? Right there. A turbulent warning type deal. This is expired, but its severity is severe. And well, it may say live weather, but I've never known flight sim to actually be like the live. It's always been some kind of delay, but this is actually they've gotten a lot better. I just never really realized that they have gotten a lot better with their live weather. But yeah, this is this turbulence in this area says it's severe. It says it's expired, but I don't know. I've clicked on all of these boxes, and it's like this one right here. Boom. Expired. Expired. They all say expired. This is also severe. Now I'm pretty impressed with Microsoft and how they fixed their live stuff. Because in the past they've always had issues. But I'm just keeping keeping close eye on the on all of the stuff because definitely want to be cognizant of this ever-changing environment. Well, in that case, that kind of makes sense because if I look at my flight data, like the actual like plans, not plans, but like the data, right there. That name you just said, I knew it rung a bell immediately. But this is the coming in, which this is wrong. I'm actually coming in from this angle and then flying in. That's at least how my flight plan is showing it on the plane. Yeah, on this version it shows different than, or yeah, on this than it does on this. Okay then. I didn't know it was. See, I'm still pretty new to this then. Just call me the noob. But right now we're still doing pretty good. We're not really hitting turbulence. We definitely have that headwind though. That's really that headwind has slowed us down a ton. We're only doing 377 knots ground speed. That's slow. And right now we're at 105 knots headwind. That's what I'm saying. The jet stream that we're flying through right now. Woo boy. It's kicking the crap out of the plane right now. Got so much force going on the front end. Yeah, Volanta's reporting it in 377 knots ground speed. What is Navigraph is reporting in indicated airspeed 274 knots. Yeah, that's spot on. So our next waypoint is in 27 nautical miles. MSFS, Microsoft Flight Simulator all the way. I got into X-Plane once, and I just did not like the interface. I did not like the feel. It just did not feel. It just felt clunky, in my opinion. And I'm no pro at flight sims, but it generally felt clunky. All right. At altitudes 21,000 to 37,000 feet. Severe turbulence expected. That is what we're going to be flying through. We're at 34,000 feet, so, yeah. Yeah, I tried the new X-Plane 12. It just didn't feel great. I know a lot of people, there are people that stand by X-Flight or X-Plane. I don't know. There are a couple thunderstorms being reported on the south end of Florida. So the severe turbulence we will evade, we'll be out of when we land. Just south of the turbulence is where we're landing. Really? I don't know. I didn't really feel that a lot, but I mean, I only tried it for like a day, and I'm like, I'm not really into this. Man, you got me all excited for this turbulence since we changed some settings. Oh, I'm really intrigued to seeing how this turbulent weather is. Oh, okay. I feel like Microsoft Flight Simulator has got more of a backing, though. I think it's just because it's also Microsoft. Yeah, kind of like what I've been doing. Not realizing I was playing actually in some unrealistic settings. Now I've changed it to realistic or legacy, and everything's realistic now. Let's see how well my landing is on that setting. And if it actually is not a bad landing, and nothing really breaks that will like kill the plane, I'm gonna probably keep it on legacy. I'll probably keep it there. And after this flight, I'll go make some dinner. Oh, We're working my way up. I don't want to full send myself over the edge. I mean, I already put the turbulence to realistic. Never experienced realistic turbulence in this sim, so we're about to we're entering into the unknown. And then, better yet, we're about to enter in some turbulence. So that's the epitome of the unknown already. I mean, this is going to get pretty rocky. At least I'm not having VR on, because if I had VR on while turbulence was happening, I guarantee you motion sickness would be the bane of my existence. Because I can, if I sit in the back seat of any vehicle, if I sit on a bus, on the back seat of a car, in a passenger seat, if I'm not in control, I will have the worst case of motion sickness. Have I ever gotten sick off of turbulence or off of motion sickness? No, I've never gotten sick, but pretty daggone close. Now, if I'm driving a car, I won't get motion sickness. I have a buddy of mine. He has his Ram truck. He did some driving, and I was in the passenger seat. I wanted to hurl so bad. Yes. I am in the exact same boat. If I'm on a plane or in a car, passenger seat, while using my phone or reading something, I will get motion sickness in it, and I will just have to put it down and be like, okay, close my eyes and just think of something else. I will get so sick. Oh, no. I can't do that. If I look outside, if I'm motion sickness already, or if I haven't gotten motion sickness, if I look outside and look at like the lines in the road, oh, I will be dead to the world. It's kind of funny. I never really thought of it, but now that I think about it, oh yeah. Oh boy, does motion sickness kick the crap out of me. Feels like the plane's not even moving as slow as we're going. Ground speed's at 281 now. We're less than an hour. Thank you. We're less than an hour from Orlando. There's the coastline to the Atlantic. Yes. If I was a passenger in your car, I would be sick. I would be telling you, pull over. I need to walk for a little bit. Or at least I need to get out of a car and sit down on something solid that's not moving. Oh, this is going to be crazy. We're right now flying just north of Myrtle Beach, where I have actually been to Myrtle Beach. This is, I believe this is Myrtle Beach right here. This is all Myrtle Beach area, and I've been there. I tell you what, the first time I've ever been to the Atlantic Ocean, got out of my Jeep, and I not drift for one. Wait, there's rarely a time when I'm driving and I not drift for once. Oh, hell no. Cop sees you do that in here in the U.S., your ass is pulled over. And probably cited for reckless operation of a vehicle. If not license completely taken away. But no, I've been to the East Coast right here, the Myrtle Beach area. I've been here. Drove down, got out of my Jeep, and I literally, first thing that came to mind, what in God's green earth is that horrendous smell? Go to find out it's the salt water. That is the literal definition of reckless driver, and at least in the U.S. Reckless operation, and that's like, where are you? There you are. Wow, that thing was close. That was in the cockpit. I would have got a warning for it. Ooh, that was close. Jeez, lucky you. Here in the U.S., that's it's like borderline reckless. That is reckless driving, and also you would lose your license, probably get your car impounded, and probably also see a big fat fine with possible jail time. Okay, jail time's probably on the extreme end, but there is that chance. But yeah, I've been to this area. I actually had a hotel room that was overseeing the ocean. Really good weekend, too. It was a fun time. Never been down in this area. Never seen the ocean. Never been in the ocean. Never want to get back in the ocean. Saw some dolphins off the coast. Did a boat trip and saw some dolphins. It was a good time down here. I kind of want to come back down here, but not to Myrtle Beach specifically. Hilton Head probably would be a better place. It's not as packed. Good grief, Myrtle Beach was just teeming with people. Saw a lot of Ohio license plates though. It was kind of nice to be like, cool, I'm from Ohio, and I see a ton of people from Ohio also. Granted, you are right. Why did we build missile cars? A missile car. We're gonna call them missile cars. No, just kidding. Why did we build muscle cars? Not to use them. I mean, I don't know. The pony days of the pony car no longer here. It's now all about your EV cars, piece of chunks. I can't stand EVs. I'm literally about to get on a soapbox now about that. And here comes the soapbox. All right. So my whole thing on EVs is this. So you have an electric truck. Say you have the F-150 Lightning, 100% EV truck. Cool, great. Impractical though. Traffic. Oh, there it is, right there. That sucker was scooting. He has a massive tailwind. Oh, look where the winds are actually dying. 98 knots is the headwind. But anyways, so you have a F-150 Lightning, electric truck. See, you guys are awesome. Electric cars are rare. I live and I don't live in the metropolitan area of Columbus, Ohio. I live about 20 minutes northwest. There's still a lot of electric cars in this area. So you have electric trucks, electric SUVs, cars. You'll see them more, like, at least a few times a day, if not more. But like if you have your F-150 Lightnings, which is your 100% electric trucks, a truck is meant to haul, pull trailers, put things in the back of the bed that you can actually haul things around with. But if you do that, you reduce the range of the of the vehicle. So you're going to be, oh, cool, I'm going to go haul this camper. I'm going to go camping. But I only have a range of 150 miles to pull this trailer. Even our public buses are wow, okay. I mean, if it works, that's great. If you have someone to maintain them, that's awesome. That's not a horrible idea. But so you have a 150-mile range on an electric truck with a camper. Oh, but you want to go to somewhere that's like 200-300 miles away. So you have to stop and charge your vehicle. Well, you got to probably stop. If you get a full charge that's actually worthwhile, probably have to stop and charge for about 45 minutes. Well, like if I have a diesel truck or even a gasoline truck at that, I can probably haul that camper from home the 200-300 miles that I need to go on that one tank of fuel or diesel and not have to stop and wait almost an hour to charge up. The whole electric car, electric truck idea is stupid. It's impractical. And there was a study done from Volkswagen saying that if you want to get the use... Oh no, I'm in the same boat. I will never buy an electric vehicle ever. Ever. If I want electric, I'm going to go hybrid. A hybrid vehicle that I don't have to plug into the electric grid and degrade our electric grid even more than it already is. I'd rather use the brakes, the friction off the brakes to recharge the battery. Toyota did it right. Their hybrid systems are awesome. Back when I was in the Army, I was married at the time, unfortunately. We won't get into that. I had a 2007 Toyota Camry hybrid. Drove it from Fort Knox, Kentucky to north central Ohio on a half a tank of fuel. That was, I don't even know how many miles that was. That was almost, I want to say it was like 300 miles. 200 maybe. Anywhere between 200 and 300 miles. It's a rough guess. Well, in the U.S., they're starting to put charging ports everywhere. There's still not a ton of them, but I mean, they kind of make sense in the metropolitan areas, but I still don't agree with them. Because like I said a moment ago, Volkswagen did a study showing that to, if the people that want to go in quotes green, they have to put in what's it? I think it said they have to get the green side of it efficiency and go green. You have to drive it for 100,000 miles without replacing the battery. And that's already going to be a tall order to do because the batteries go bad over time. The cells need replaced. And to replace your battery, it's going to cost you about anywhere between $15,000 to $25,000 to replace your battery. And once you replace that battery, then you have to do another 100,000 miles on that to get your money's worth. There's just the practicality of it is not there, not even remotely close yet. Plus, we're getting the rare elements or the rare material, the lithium, comes from China. China. Exactly. I was actually just leading up to that. So when you get your rare material, which is your lithium, and then you put it into the factories to make the batteries, you actually are. I think the statistics said that you're tripling the pollutants in the air by just manufacturing the batteries, versus a combustion engine is less than that. You're actually more green by just driving a gasoline engine than you are using batteries. People don't see it. They just don't see them. They don't put the math together. They don't put everything together. They're just saying, "Hey, cool, I got a car that's electric. I'm not using gas, so I'm not putting any pollution out there." They're not thinking about the factories that are putting the pollution out there. And my God, am I on my soapbox right now? I just realized, holy freaking crap! This is turning into a blog. Actually, you know what? We're going to call it a glog, a gaming blog. Wow, this just turned out to be something whole I didn't expect to go into. But, electric cars are a bad idea. We're still probably decades from it actually being a feasible idea, because our power grid cannot handle it. I think there was I don't know what city it was, but it was a metro city. What should regular people pay the price for this pollution? If it leads to want less pollution, you should choose their factory or close their factory. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's nuts. There's just so much stupidity out there, so much two-dimensional thinking. Like, I like my Jeep. It's a 4-cylinder. It gets great. It gets great for an SUV, or it's more or less a crossover. Unfortunately, I found out, but still, it gets good enough gas mileage, where I'm getting about 32 to 33 miles a gallon, which is fine for me. That's actually not bad at all. And I drive a lot of freeway also, which helps. But yeah, it's inefficient for electric. There was a metro city, that they wanted to turn their entire fleet of trucks in the city to electric. They proposed it to the electric company on saying, "Hey, we want all this stuff to go electric. Can you make it happen?" And the electric company laughed. I'm like, "No, we would not have enough electricity to provide. We can't produce that much electricity for you to have a fleet of trucks. Sorry, good day, bye-bye." It's pretty much how they put it. What is this? Still under a severe turbulence warning. We're about to enter that here in a few, let's say here soon. Hold the front door. Okay, I'm gonna look that one up. 1,242,000 kilometers. You're telling me that car has over almost 800,000 miles on it? $800,000 miles on a 97 Hyundai Elantra. That car is more than bulletproof. That car is a freaking goat. That car's goat. Jesus Christ. See, I had a 1999 Hyundai Elantra. I actually wrecked it by falling asleep one night, but I don't even remember how many miles was on it. And I don't think the vehicle that I've had, the most miles I've ever had on a vehicle was a 2008 Jeep Liberty. That was with 200,000 miles on it, and I got rid of it. I don't know if it's still running or not, but I've never seen a car that's received that many miles. 800,000 miles. That's insanity. I'd be like, all right, time to replace this thing. Every time I hit 100,000 miles, I want to get rid of it and get a new vehicle. Wow. Honestly, I'm impressed. That's just crazy. That's just nuts. 38 minutes from our destination. We are in Georgia. No, we're not. We're still in. No, we're close to Georgia. We're on the coastline of the Atlantic, in South Carolina. But we are also really, really close to Savannah, Georgia. How's everyone jealous of a 800,000 mile car? I wouldn't be. I'd be like, cool, you have an $800,000 car, or $800,000, 800,000 miles on a car. That thing should be in its grave by now, unless, I mean, honestly, like you mentioned, if you maintain it, do all your oil changes, replace parts that you need that are gone bad, it'll run forever. That's if you have the money to do all that stuff too. I mean, I just had to replace on my 2019 Jeep Cherokee. I just had to replace the exhaust because the welds on it were so freaking trash that it burned. It basically the exhaust disconnected itself from the rest of the manifold. So a 2019 Jeep sounding like a straight 4-cylinder straight pipe was not something I wanted to deal with. Come on. You're yanking my chain. You're yanking my chain. You never replaced anything on that car in the 3 years that you've had it. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. Ooh, look at all the clouds off the coastline. Okay, discs, the brakes I can understand. If you're not hard on the brakes, well, I know that you are. Brakes can last you a while. I had to replace my back brakes because I had the caliper seized on it. So they had to knock it off because it actually wore my brakes on my right side down really bad. So I got my back brakes replaced, but my front brakes haven't been replaced since I bought my Jeep back in 2019. We got traffic ahead. That was odd. There goes traffic. Savannah, Georgia is coming up close. Okay, now I know you're yanking my chain. Original transmission fluid. That stuff degrades over time. I mean, I've never replaced my transmission fluid, let alone, I mean, I've never had a car that was from 1999 that's never had that. I mean, at this point, I would recommend this. Don't ever replace that transmission fluid, because that will destroy the transmission then. Because it's already a kind of accustomed to that oil or that fluid, and all the sediments are already settled. And if you replace the fluid, it's going to destroy the transmission because all the sediment would be stirred up. 5-speed manual. Actually, my 99 Elantra was a 5-speed as well. I was pretty abusive on it too. Now, the oldest vehicle I've ever owned was a 1989 Ford Ranger. I think it was a piece of junk. All right, we're in the section of a little bit of the section of the turbulence now. Not seeing anything, but we are in considered severe turbulence. So since that's the case, we're gonna turn on our seatbelt. Ooh, we just had something pass right above us. Checking the turbulence now. Yeah, I'm pretty religious when it comes to doing my oil change. I'm also very brand loyal when it comes to oil changes too. Mobil 1, only oil I put in my vehicle. Traffic ahead. We got traffic right there. She is coming close. Man, that's close. So, I've done quite a bit of. I wouldn't say I've done quite a bit of flying. I've done a decent amount of flying as I throw my flash drive, since I'm just messing around with it. I've done an okay amount of flying. When I was in the Army, I flew all the time. I've never once been on a flight where planes come as close as what they're showing right here. I'm not sure if that's a common thing you see when you're in a plane. Is planes flying, buzzing by like within like, I don't know, maybe like 400 or 500 yards or so. At least that's what it seems like. That's how close they are. I don't know if that's just common. Yeah, I mean, if you're not putting oil in the engine, you're going to have some knocking, some real bad rod knocking. So with being going to Columbus, going to Florida, this is probably a pretty busy route. Being that it is Florida. Well, we are entering into the more turbulent section. It's but I'm not seeing any. I'm not feeling anything. Is the warning still there? Yeah, it's still calling it a severe turbulence. What's the jet stream look like right now? Where are you at? So 98 knot headwind. It's about right. Just when we get in this, looks like when we get close to Jacksonville, Florida, is when the winds of the jet stream are going to lessen. Oh, I get the whole thing. Leopard is. Okay. Well, I know that next time for the next flight, how to do that now for the transitions to different airspace. I get it now. I think I do. Let me verify what I'm seeing right now. Oh, we're going to be using reserve fuel. Well, we're going to be a little tight on fuel right now. Lovely. Nope. Crap. Make sure I didn't screw anything up. Yep. All right, cool. Didn't mess anything up. That's good. Let's go ahead and go back here. So we do have a restricted airspace. We're not going to fly. Oh, we may actually end up flying through this restricted airspace. Restrict. We got more traffic ahead of us. Not seeing it though. There you are. So we are off the coast of Georgia. We'll be coming up on here in a little bit. Florida, very close to Florida. We're only 27 minutes out till we start our landing procedures. Actually, we're 27 minutes out from hitting the ground at least. Not crashing, hopefully, though, when I say that. Alrighty then. It's been a pretty chatty flight, thanks to our guest in the chat. He's been making a pretty lively flight live stream. So we're gonna stay off the coast of Florida. It looks like for a good chunk. I think we're gonna come on the coast towards Daytona Beach area. It looks like, yeah, Daytona Beach, maybe. No, Daytona Beach is down here. Well, it's definitely, we're going to be coming on the coast down on this more, what? Palm Coast, I think it's called? Palm Coast. Yeah. Hamhock Beach. Cedar Landing. Those are the areas where we will be around when we come on shore. At least this is the data I've been provided. Could be all wrong at the same time. Oh. So we're going to be flying.
Traffic.
Nope.
Traffic.
We got traffic ahead. So we are coming up on leopard waypoint. And I'm hoping they don't have me. What's the altitude? Upper limit. Okay. We'll be able to fly over it, no problem. So we will be, if we fly over it, we'll be flying over Mayport High, which is the Mayport Naval Base. They do have a restricted airspace, but the upper limits is going to be 18,000. I believe that's 18,000 feet. It's a military base. I think I just saw a plane just buzz by. Oh, good God, that was close. That was, I think, really close. Oh, I think we are going to go right over the military base. I think we'll be good, though. It will be above its limit. We'll see here in a minute what happens. I know that it's a simulator, it doesn't really matter, but I'm just saying that we are about to go through a restricted airspace, Mayport High. Lower limit is 3,000, upper limit is 17,999. They have waters. Part of the shoreline is restricted. Very little of the shoreline is restricted. A lot of the open water in the Atlantic is considered restricted airspace. There's another plane. What's going on, Universal? Long time that I haven't been here, but which I just got a Navigraph subscription again, so we're gonna have to do some live streaming now more often to make it worth the money. Oh, I see what he's saying. Hey, buddy, you are Greek. Thank God for Google Translate. Yep, we're going to be flying right through the restricted airspace, but luckily we're going to be above it high enough that it won't matter. At least that's how I am interpreting a restrictive airspace, is that you have to be above. No. Oh, I think I know exactly what that means actually now. So lower limit's 3,000. Upper limit is 17,999. I think I needed to be between that. If it was real life. Because it kind of, the way it's worded, I can't be anything lower than 3,000 or above 7 or 18,000. Oh, that's right. I need to look up that too. Looking at trying to find the barometric pressure right now for Orlando Airport. There we are. Orlando International Airport are at 29.89 inches. Was that 29.89, 29.89? All right, so the pressure has been set. The barometer's been set. No signs of turbulence. Well, we just skimmed past the restricted airspace. We're about to fly through another restricted airbase or airspace. It's just restricted right now. I'm not sure. It's not giving a reason, but it's restricted upper limits of 23,000 feet. It's a very wide area of restricted airspace. Love how you guys are just talking and I'm not knowing what the hell you're saying without putting what you're saying in Google Translate. All right, so we're now heading to mine. All right, descent time of descent's coming up here in the next few minutes, so we're gonna do our descent. So we're coming up to our descent. We're about almost 20, I'd say about 23 nautical miles out of till we hit our point. We should be in we're under a severe turbulent warning at the moment, but I'm not seeing any kind of turbulence going on. So I think we're going to be good on the turbulent side. I noticed that too, by the way. I have a lot of Greek individuals that watch me. It's kind of interesting. All right, we're in Florida now. We just came ashore a little bit ago. And also, just if anyone hasn't been subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. I'm one away from 1,600 subscribers, which would be a brand new milestone. Never been that high. All right, we are approaching 10 nautical miles toward descent. Kind of gone off the reservation when it comes to our flight plan because, well, things got a little screwy. But I think we're good. All right, it looks like we're doing pretty good. There's our time of descent. There we are. We got the retard on the dash. All right. The moment of truth. So, Universal Starlight. Just so you're aware of the situation that we are going through. I changed some settings on the flight sim. We're no longer running on modern settings. So I didn't realize we were on modern. So I changed it to realistic, or at least legacy. I'm not in Israel, by the way, so missile incoming. Too soon? Probably too soon. Way too soon. Anyways, we've changed things to we changed things to legacy, and we changed also the turbulence to realistic. Yeah, that was too soon. But I do feel for Israel. They're going through a tough time. I support. We're gonna say this right now, live on this live stream. I support Israel and I stand with them. But yeah, we're gonna see if we can break this plane since we changed some settings. So now that if we hit the ground too hard, we could crash. Really? Yeah, I changed some settings so if I hit the ground too hard, the screen does go. It'll crash the plane. So we're gonna see how good this landing is. Oh, I wish. That's the one thing Flight Sim is lacking. It's like, oh, let's do fire explosions. No, we don't want people to actually purposely do this. Aww. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't like the black screen crash. It's just like, oh yeah, just let the plane crash, please. There should be a mod. I wish someone did a mod like that. But anyways, now I'm kind of surprised that Greece would be a split on the whole Israel Palestine. All right, so we are how far out? 7 minutes. Interesting. I had no idea. I mean, in all technicality wise, it's not really Palestine that is at fault. It's Hamas. Hamas is a terrorist organization. They're probably the biggest issue. Ah, okay, now it makes sense. Yeah, I mean, but I mean, when you do a sneak attack and lob about 5,000 missiles into a country unprovoked, that's called problem. And that's probably also called Iran helping them. What do we need to... Oh! We need to be at 9,931 feet for this next waypoint, which is in 49 nautical miles. But we're gonna go back to this thought. Keeping politics out of the channel. Granted, this was my fault. I brought it up. You're preaching there. Definitely preaching on that one. I gave myself a heart attack when I flipped the switch. When I flipped the switch, I saw all the lights come on. I'm like, no, no, don't tell me that. I gave myself a freaking heart attack. All right, there's our turn point. Hopefully we're at 9,000 some feet by then. I think we'll be there because we're just below 20,000. And after this, I go make dinner. Good old lasagna. All right. 110.5. That is the right frequency for ILS. So I think we're good on that. We're passing below 17,000 feet. And right about now. Let people know to put their seatbelts on, keep them on. Oh, we want to do that too. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here's my folder. Sky Dolly. Cool. Oh, I'm curious how much RAM I'm using on my computer. I'm using 31 gigs of RAM on my computer. I bet you it's hard to find someone that actually uses that much RAM. All right, we're at 14.5. Wait, was that you that sent that message to me? Someone sent me I believe it was a comment. It wasn't you, it was Cheetah. Please, how do I activate the speed brake? On the, oh, I forget what plane that is, but it's one of the, there's, I forget what plane that was. Oh, it was in the Typhoon. Someone was asking about the CJ Simulations Eurofighter Typhoon on how do you activate the speed brake. I don't know, honestly. And I've been busy to respond to that post. Well, so far we're doing pretty good on this descent. Ooh, look at all those clouds. That's a. Is there a storm here? Let's go to radar. The reader. No, it's not really a storm, but it's definitely a rain cell. Definitely a cell. I'm trying to do it more often now. Especially since I just got Navigraph. I need to make the worth the money by doing live streams and stuff so I can pay for it. There we go. We got our turn coming. Oh boy, that bank angle is something else. All right. Continuing our descent. Next stop, we have to get to 5,000 feet once we hit Naji. Then we're having a steep descent after Naji. We have a decel point right here coming up here in about 15 nautical miles roughly. Get my tablet out of the way. All right, coming into, we're doing our landing. I didn't realize it was going to be a cloudy day in Florida when we were coming down here. Ooh, this is why I'm glad I got ILS. All right, so landing lights are on. Turn on all the lights. We're going to have just enough fuel. We're right now in a rain cloud. At least that's according to Navigraph's radar. We are in the rain. Didn't get any turbulence. Shucks. Let's see what else we need to do. We need to auto brakes. Don't need those anymore. Probably didn't need them in the first place anyways. There's our turn, our decel point is right here. Once we straighten out, I'll lower the gear. Thank you for that reminder. ILS has grabbed us. We are good to go. Why do I feel we're high? I'm letting it do its thing. Well, all right, we're gonna do this. I don't know if you guys watched the B2 bomber one I did a while back. Like, I think a few weeks ago. The B2 bomber, that was the cleanest landing I've ever done. Oh. I don't know why she didn't grab. Oh. Yes, that was what you call a combat landing from hell. I literally have done a combat landing in real life when I was in the service, when I was in Afghanistan. That is the scariest crap I've ever been through. Yes, that is such a combat landing, and I made it stick. I can't believe I actually made that stick. I think I popped the tire. I think I honestly popped the tire. Let's find out. Where was it? Where do you find that at? There it is. Tire failure. We had a tire failure. Well, you know what the funny thing is? I recorded that landing. Congratulations for what? At least landing it and not killing everyone? All right, let's see. Oops, wrong button. Oh man, that wing flex on that was like, ugh, it's insane. I probably bent the airframe. I think I'm going to create that as a short for YouTube. Combat landing in a 737. Gotta say that was smooth. That landing actually wasn't bad. Negative 325 feet per minute at 178 knots. 1.07 Gs. That landing was not bad. That landing was not bad at all. Even though I had to freaking nosedive the crap out of it. Alright, let's do another perspective here. Yeah, there was a plane on the runway too. Yeah, it was the live traffic. That was just a coordinated landing. It's a busy airport. They needed it. It was basically they take off, I land. All right, yeah, after this I will do that. Man, I got rocky there since I was hand landing that thing. That wing is curling hard. All right, let me do this. All right, let's go here then. Camera. Showcase. Free. Okay, that's not right. There we go. Don't follow. Done. Well, that was a little too short still. Listen, I'm no expert like you. How do you like that? Jesus Christ, that was all over the freaking map. All right, I'm going to do recording. Actually, you know what? That landing, if you look at it from this perspective, if you didn't know anything else about that landing, that actually was not a bad landing. That really was not that bad of a landing. And speaking of landings, here's a plane here taking off. That really wasn't that bad. I gotta say, that was probably one of my better landings in a 737. Minus the whole freaking nosediving it for a combat landing. I'm actually... Uh-huh. Okay, that was pretty cool. All right, though. We made it to our destination. We made it to our destination while having a tire failure, but still, it was a good. It was a good. It wasn't horrible, but we're gonna start doing more of these. So, and I'm gonna call it here. We're calling it right now. We're just gonna have. This is the end of the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. If you haven't liked or subscribed yet, hit that like and subscribe button. Helps me out, helps the channel out, and you also get notifications on when I go live. And I also don't just play Flight Sim. I do other things. We are also looking and exploring into different avenues like BeamNG. We're going to start diving into that. We're going to be diving into Forza Motorsports on all kinds of new stuff we're trying to do. Later this week, there's a new game coming out that I'm super excited for, and it is Star Trek Infinite. It is if anyone knows what the game Stellar is it's identical to that, and it's from the same creators of that game. So, hope everyone has a great rest of their Sunday. See ya!